Hi everyone, welcome back to my board game channel, Will of the Meeple. This week I wanted to take a look at Hitsy Road. I know what you're thinking, why am I doing a video on a game that came out 5 years ago? Well, there's a good reason for that. Over the past few years I've seen Hitsy Road selling on Amazon around £10, and I've always thought that if a game is that cheap, it can't be very good. If you look at games sold by the works for around the same price, they're generally just okay. So a few weeks ago when I stumbled across it again, I thought I'd take a look into it. Went over to Board Game Geek, checked out the ratings there, and watched a few gameplay videos, and I came to the consensus that it looked like more than £10 worth of board game, so I took the plunge. So what is Hitsy Road all about? The idea behind the game is that it was made by a child out of bits and pieces picked up on a journey along Route 66 from Chicago to LA, and they've done a brilliant job making the components to show this, as they are designed to look like bottle tops, old playing cards, and board game cards. To start with, we're going to set up the game. Each player chooses a lead survivor and a bidding token colour. They also start with 4 normal survivors, 4 ammo tokens, 4 gas tokens, and 4 adrenaline tokens. Then, randomly deal an initiative card to each player. This will determine who goes first. Now, place the auction board, the dice, the remaining survivors, all resource tokens, and the 10 zombies in the middle where everybody can reach them. I'll just move my components over here. So you've got here your player components, and this is your initiative token. I'm player number 2. And then you've got the shared components for everybody to use, which are here. Each player now puts their bidding token in the 0 space on the board. Now we need to set up our adventure deck. This contains the from and to locations of each route. Now if you're playing with less than 4 players, you need to remove all the cards that have a playing card symbol on them. Jack, Queen, King or Ace. And return them to the box. Now take all the level 3 cards indicated by the yellow 3 on the back and shuffle them. Once you've done that, remove 4 cards and return those to the box and place those down in a stack. Then do the same with the level 2 cards. And place those on top of the level 3 cards. And then finally do the same with the level 1 cards. And place those on top of the level 2. You should now have a deck of 64 cards, which is made up of 16 level 1 cards, 24 level 2 cards, and 24 level 3 cards on the bottom. If you are playing a 2-player game, you also need to place the key on the table, like so. The player with number 1 initiative tile goes first. They need to deal face up 8 cards, which is 4 rows of 2, and they will be the available routes. In a 2-player game, just deal out 3 rows of 2 and place the bottom row next to the key. Now, in initiative card order, players can bid to get first choice of routes. You must bid higher than the current bid, and you can only have 1 bidding token per space, except 0. Bidding is optional, and you can pass, and once you have passed, you can still bid when it comes back to your turn, as long as everyone hasn't passed. As soon as everyone has passed, each player must pay, in resources of their choice, gas, ammo or adrenaline, the number of tokens equal to the amount they have bid. So if I bid 3, I would have to pay 3 tokens back to the bank of any of my resources. The player that bid the most can then select their route and take their turn. In a 2-player game, the route at the bottom next to the card key costs 2 resources to take. Each card has a different effect. Some allow you to scavenge resources, some give you items, and some you have to fight zombies. The fight zombies cards mostly have points on them, and the player with the most points, and at least one remaining survivor at the end of the game, wins the game. Now I'm not going to show you all the different cards as I don't want to ruin the game for you, so we'll just look at the cards we have out in front of us. Now we'll look at the Fight Zombies card. When it comes to fighting zombies, take the number of zombies as indicated in the bottom right hand corner of the card. Before the fight begins, you can take a ranged attack. This will cost you 1 ammo to roll 2 dice. Kill 1 zombie for each target rolled. The advantage of a ranged attack is that we ignore all of the results, so no survivors can be harmed at this point. So if you have 3 zombies out, you could pay 2 to roll 4 dice, or 3 to roll 6 dice, and so on. So if we roll 2 targets, we will then kill 2 zombies. Any other results are ignored at this point. Now before melee combat begins, players can choose to flee. This will cost 2 fuel, and the card gets returned to the box, so you don't score the points, but you do still keep to get any resources scavenged. Now for melee combat. Roll 1 black die for each survivor you have. If you're on a horde zombie card indicated by a red zombie hand, you must replace a black dice for a red dice for each red skull shown above the red zombie hand. So 2 red skulls, replace 2 black dice for 2 red dice. Now roll your dice and we'll look at the results. The skull symbol with the lightning bolt kills one of your survivors, but you can spend an adrenaline to ignore this result. A blank is no effect. A lightning bolt is an opportunity to kill where you can spend 1 adrenaline to kill a zombie. The target means you kill a zombie. The target with a lightning bolt means you kill 1 zombie and you may also spend an adrenaline to kill a 2nd zombie. On the red dice, there is a skull without a lightning bolt. This is instant death to one of your players. Once you've completed the fight, if the card has point symbol in the top right, that's how many points it is worth at the end of the game. Just shown there. Keep the cards in a face down stack in front of you if they have points values on them. Now when selecting a route, you do always need to play the card to the left first, and then the card to the right after it. If a player loses all survivors, they are out of the game. Return all their cards and components back to the box and place a key next to the lowest route that doesn't already have a key on it. This route will now cost 2 resources to take. The game is over once all the cards have been played. The player with the most points and at least 1 remaining survivor wins the game. Looking at another card, we have a scavenge. The action on the left is scavenge, and on this one you would scavenge for ammo, and it is worth 1 point. And this one would allow you to scavenge 2 adrenaline and is also worth 2 points. But you do have to take a biohazard token. So, as you can see, for around the £10 mark, this is a lot of board game. I like the way the combat system works, nice and easy, and I also think the bidding brings that bit of competitiveness to it, which is a lot of fun. Overall, if you're looking at taking the plunge, I would say go for it. The game has got plenty of replayability. Yes, once you've seen all the cards, you know what they do, so you know which ones to try and avoid. But I can see this game coming to the table regularly, especially with Halloween coming up. And there's also a solo mode, which is similar to the player versus player version, but you get to choose 1 route out of 3. The top route is placed face down, but you gain resources if you take it. The middle route, 1 card is face up and the other one is face down, and you don't get any resources for choosing that one. And the bottom route, both cards are face up, but it costs you resources to choose that one. The aim is to play through all the cards, scoring as many points as possible without killing all of your survivors. So jump on Amazon or even get it from your local game store if the price is right, and grab yourself a copy of Hitsy Road. I hope you've enjoyed this review and tutorial, and if you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.